Harrison in his smart clothes today.
How come? Mine.
He's going Roebuck, isn't he?
You going Roebuck?
He's getting there at 5. That's why he wants to leave early. So he's going to get there early before the bouncers get there. That is what I used to do.
Yeah, man.
I used to do that. Same with the Kurzel on a Thursday night. I used to get in there. There used to be a like a metal night at the Kurzel on Thursdays. And I used to get in there. If you got in there at like 7:30 to the bar, you could perch up and get a beer, and they don't
come kick you out.
Well, they come round, but if you're drinking a beer and you kind of like you've got loads of mates that all look older, then you kind of get away with it. That's what we used to do.
Other than the Weatherspoons, the one in town, they will literally every 20 minutes they'll go and ask every person.
Really?
It's hard, it's mental.
Well, because I guess the app stops people going to the bar, right?
Yeah.
So it's like makes it a lot easier for you to be like sneaky snide.
Just
I think if
outing yourself on podcast.
Oh yeah, our target demographic bouncers in
Bouncers.
South. I'll see you on podcast today.
Come in.
Imagine. I reckon that
be so
if you are a bouncer and you are listening and you do see Harrison in the Roebuck this evening, because this will go out today.
Let me in.
Just leave him be. And if you are a bouncer and you see a kid and he's with his mates, don't embarrass him with going up and kicking him out.
Yeah.
Just go up to him when he goes to the bar next and go, "Can you follow me?" And just take him out.
They're not 18 either. They've all
kick all his mates out.
Kick them all out.
IDs and I don't.
Why don't you have a fake ID?
I'm a respectful man.
You are
I
respectful.
would
And
not
that is
break
totally
the law.
illegal. I think there's something. Once you you've only got a couple of months, so you're all right. So you're good. But that explains why, if you're watching on YouTube, Harrison is so smart today.
Thank you.
Because he's going out. Normally, he's wearing. Well, you know what he's normally wearing. He's wearing a t-shirt and some tracksuit bottoms. Still got the same shoes that don't fit though.
I've only got one pair of shoes. Don't fit. They fit.
Mate, they
I
flop
actually do
about.
have another pair of shoes. They're like white. They're like these, but much nicer.
You don't wear them.
I got them very muddy. Cleaned them. I
And now
put
they're
them in
fucked.
some wash, and now they're like rock solid. So I can't really get my feet in them. It's like sandpaper. So I don't
Here's a
really
little
use
top
them.
tip.
Fair enough.
And like we say every week, learn every day. Here's something you can learn. If you're going to put your trainers in the wash, take the laces out and then put your trainers in a pillowcase.
Inside
Inside a pillowcase, inside the washing machine, because it stops them bashing up against the side and fraying the thread. But it also keeps it's like a scrub. Like the pillowcase acts like a cloth, so it wipes the leather. The little top tip there for you guys. So tune in next week for more cleaning tips. So we set you Simon set you a task last week, didn't he?
Yeah.
What was that?
to watch Blade Runner and read books.
Did you read any books?
No. I've read articles online.
That's
That
good.
helps.
Fine, we'll give you that. An article.
good.
What's the article about?
I read one about a rapper who died, one about an old Valorant streamer who's now ill.
So an obituary and some morbid.
And then one about
Will you read-
Cocaine Bear. Because I was.
Oh,
furious
did you go
'cause
see it?
Yeah, it's really good. It's
We'll talk about that. Let's talk about that first then.
Yeah, it's very good.
Someone I know posted why did they even make this? It seems ridiculous.
Oh,
I
it's
know
so
why they made it
ridiculous. It's completely
because it
ridiculous.
is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the funny.
I do want to see
It's
it.
hilarious. No, it's brilliant.
What
It's
happens?
just funny. There's a
That's the
bear.
review.
It's
just funny.
I think it's one of those films where that can really only be the review, right? Because it's like it's so silly. Is it well made?
Yeah, I think so. Cinematically, it's good as well. There's good acting.
By the bear.
Huh?
By the bear.
No, the bear's brilliant.
Does the bear
must
look
be
like it's done
CGI.
cocaine?
It doesn't look like it's... Yeah,
You don't know what it's like
see
to
it
do
rack up
cocaine,
line,
do you?
You see, I don't know if it's a spoiler, but you see kids. Do you know what I mean? Like eating
wow.
cocaine.
Oh, right, brilliant.
These kids in the forest, they find a massive, and then they just start eating it, thinking
Really?
that's how you take it.
Insane.
Oh well, you can.
Yeah.
I've actually I've booked. Not yet. I'm waiting for the screening things to come on available, but I'm going to get us tickets to go and see that Winnie the Pooh murder horror film.
Oh, yeah.
Shoreditch House.
My old boss, when I
Yeah.
used to work with in the thing, he's like best mates with the actor in it.
Really?
He's really close.
Oh,
with
you should
him.
get him
He's
down
got-
to
he's
get the
got a
podcast.
Signed, he's got like the
Something signed.
signed mask from him.
We should get him down to do the podcast.
The actor, yeah.
Yeah, not your
I
mate.
was going to say.
Yeah, don't
He's
ask.
up-
I know him, and I've got a signed thing. Oh, great! Thanks for coming on the podcast. Bye. Yeah, see if I can get the actor down. That'd be
No,
sick.
it's brilliant.
Yeah, so we're gonna we'll go and see that, and that'll be a fun review.
Amazing.
But the main homework, I think we pushed you all this week, haven't we? Every day, make sure you watch this film. Did you watch Blade Runner?
I did. Watched it yesterday morning.
What did you think?
It was good. I've got my notes.
I wasn't expecting that actually.
It was good.
Oh, okay,
But
there we go. There's a.
Can
there's
I
a
can
There's
I
pros
be
and
honest?
cons. I've
I
got
watched
pros and
it
cons.
I watched it Wednesday night, and I watched the rest of it yesterday afternoon. I couldn't concentrate on it.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it a few times though.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
but and knowing that it's so well made, but the reason it's so well made is because it was so on the set that they had to make it dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but what did you think, Harrison?
Should I read the notes?
Read
and then
what you
go
wrote.
through the
Loves
notes
it.
because
Yeah,
the notes
yeah.
are terrible, make no sense. But the notes are just probably funny. What are the notes? Let's find out.
You've gone to every window there, and passed notes 4 times.
Right, I put great cinematic world.
Agreed.
I think
Explain.
that I looked for it when it came out like the 80s, isn't it?
Yeah.
So long ago, it looked sick. Like the world was sick. The world, I just thought the cinematically it
Yeah.
did look
The
good.
world building.
The world.
in Blade Runner is incredible. It's great.
Sound effects, here's a con, way too loud. I don't know if it was just me, but I know there was a sound effect. It was like, and it was just
Yeah,
really
I get you that.
hurting
I
my
think
ear.
I think that's right. Did
Like,
you have
it-
headphones in?
Nah, I was watching it on TV. It's
Wow.
but it was the sound effects were just so loud. Out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
I'd say the sound design, the music's getting it. I think the sound design's a bit off.
Yeah,
on it.
it was.
The cinematic world, I think, trumped only recently by the Batman's Gotham.
Yeah.
I think that world is. I mean, it takes so much from Blade Runner,
So
right?
good,
It's
man.
such a,
Yeah.
it's instead of blue, it's orange though. I think that world and created in that film has inspired so much
Yeah.
that it is like
It had me wondering like, how they filmed. Knowing how long ago it came out, I can normally look at a film and be like, oh, this was made like this was made like that. When I look at that film, I was like really thinking, how did they make this? Because so much of the scenes, they obviously can't be real. Like, but also it can't
there's
be CGI
in the whole film there's 90 CGI shots.
So there is
The rest is all matte paints. So what they would do is they would film it, and then an artist would come along and paint on a film on top of it and lay it on top the world.
Yeah.
So a lot of it they'd film like a thing here like this, and the rest would all be hand painted afterwards onto film. So that's how they would create those shots. But overall, in the whole film, VFX shots is 90. The rest is all matte painting or done in camera. So it's crazy.
There's a really good book. There's a documentary, Dangerous Days, is about how they made it, and there's a book, Future Noir, which is all about the lead up to it and the issues on set and things like that. But yeah, if you are interested, worth a
Maybe read the book. Yeah, we'll
Read the
tick off
book.
the read the
There you
book
go,
thing.
tick off that. Another note I had, this is quite a funny one.
Notes
I
have
don't-
gone away, by the way.
I don't know. I've remembered it because it's
remembered all the
weird. I
notes
don't know
now.
how I've wrote this. I don't remember. I've put Indiana Jones like cupboard.
What?
I remember. So in all the house scenes,
Yeah.
all the walls, like all the cupboards. When I was looking at like how the scenery, the mise en scène,
Mise en scène.
mise en scène, however you say it,
Yeah.
I thought was incredible. In
Yeah.
each scene, they all sick, but like the cupboards are very Indiana Jonesy, and I've wrote that.
Come on, guest.
We have a guest.
We've got a special guest.
Okay, after this, okay. Right. So we've got a special guest. Come on, if you're watching. If you're not listening, do you want to say hello? Okay.
Oh,
Right, and the mise en scène was amazing.
Yeah,
Indiana
the
Jones.
cupboards, they just look like Indiana Jones walls, like temples. Just thought I'd write
Yeah?
that down.
Yeah, there's a lot of temples
Okay.
and stuff
What
in there.
else? What are the notes saying?
What do you think of Tyrell's death?
Which one was Tyrell?
The guy with the glasses, with the thick glasses. The guy with the most brutal.
Oh.
with the
Yeah, I remember. He was in the. I didn't care because he was in the film for about 3 minutes. He had about 2 minutes.
Did you not think it was like pretty grim? I remember that
Yeah.
crushing is
You were
The
so
eyes.
right.
still gets
Yeah.
me. I think I actually close my eyes when that bit comes
Oh, I
up
turned away.
because it's a
Just
bit.
like-
I'd say I've watched
Not
Peaky
bothered.
Blinders a lot, so I'm used to just gruesome eye poking and stuff like that.
Okay.
I thought it was cool. It's a cool scene. I
It's
liked
just
it.
done in a really dramatic way. I think. It's,
What, right, so this is my this is something that I always think when I watch Blade Runner is the fact that Rutger Hauer's character is called Roy.
Batty.
Roy Batty. Like, it just sounds like a fake football manager's name. Why is he called Roy Batty? It's just such a rubbish name for like a bad guy.
That is a rubbish name.
Yeah, and he's like the main dude as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Roy Batty.
Like the badass.
Yeah, it's like
Another
if
replicant.
Roy, what's his name? Ricky Tomlinson should play him if his name's Roy Batty. I just think that's just a weird name for a bad guy. Like even Ray is better than Roy.
Yeah,
But,
it's,
yeah.
it's strange.
It was just-
Strange choice.
Don't do
That one.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. What else?
Yeah,
What other
another.
notes? Yeah, go on.
I don't know if this is just me because I wasn't paying very much attention for the first like 5-ish minutes,
Okay.
and then I was just texting. I still had the audio.
There's a lot of
on.
reading. There's a lot of
And then
reading
I
at the
turned
beginning,
it,
isn't there?
Put my phone up. Is it just me, or is there not? There is a plot, but there's like no weld. There's nothing. There's no story.
Ah, did you read the beginning?
I tried to. It was going too fast.
That really right. So the
I
beginning,
thought that was it.
it tells you what happened. So I'll tell you what the story is.
So it made no sense to me. It was
yeah.
still really good to watch.
Yeah.
But I was just watching it. I was like, why? I
Yeah. So
understood-
basically, Roy Batty at his crew are all replicants.
Which one's Roy? Yeah, the
Roy,
Roy's the blonde.
Roy,
the
yeah,
white
yeah,
head.
and all those lot, they're all replicants, right? And they've come back from, they've come back to Earth, right?
Yeah, from an off-world.
From an off-world where
Yeah.
they're slaves,
Yeah.
and they've come back,
Oh.
and then they come to kind of, and then Deckard is there to go and who is a Blade Runner. He's there to go and find them and
Kill 'em.
retire them. No, retire them.
Retire.
But then he falls in love with one.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she doesn't know she's one,
No.
and that then leads
She
you to
does-
believe
she
that
did know she was one.
she does. She finds out, but
Right.
also Deckard doesn't know that he's a replicant, or was he a replicant? But he is a replicant. I
Who?
think in Deckard's a
Not
replicant.
the main character, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think that's alluded to more in the 2049, right?
Yeah.
That he's one.
Yeah.
'Cause he's-
When did 2049 come out?
2016.
2016.
I'm looking forward to watching that a lot.
That's on
because
Netflix now.
It was. I did enjoy the story, but it was just very old. So and the sound effects. So I think a new, improved version will be very good.
Yeah, and that's
So I
done
can't
by
wait to see that.
Denis Villeneuve, who
Was it
did.
not one by Harrison Ford?
No, he's in it. No, right. Harrison Ford didn't make it. Ridley Scott made it
Why does it say Harrison Ford at the start?
because
he's
he's
the
starring
main
in it.
Oh right,
You do know who Harrison Ford is, right?
he's an actor.
Yeah, he's
Played,
Deckard.
He's Deckard.
The guy in Star Wars.
Yeah, Han
Han
Solo
Solo,
and
yeah.
Indiana
Han Solo.
Jones,
Indiana Jones.
and he plays Deckard, the main character in Blade Runner.
President. Plays the president in a
Yeah,
film.
does play the president. He's also in that new Apple TV thing, Shrinking.
Yeah.
He's really good in that.
Yeah.
And he's there's a really good clip of David Blaine doing magic with Harrison Ford. You should look it up. It's very funny. But yeah, so Deckard is. It alludes more that Deckard is a replicant. They let you know that he's a replicant in 2049, pretty much.
Does he ever find out?
I think he knows, doesn't he? Does he know?
No.
Never knows.
No.
So yeah, but yeah. So 2049 is a slightly different
Yeah.
take on the same.
And that's what's great about 2049 because it doesn't rely like
Yeah, you don't
without-
need to know that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's without spoiling it. It's not just about Deckard. It's again handing on over to. You see how Earth's progressed for the
Yeah.
worse, and it's really good though. Yeah. You'll
But yeah, you
enjoy
should
it.
watch that.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
We'll have
So
to,
what
yeah.
else? Other notes on
Any
Blade
other
Runner.
notes?
Because I
Keep them up,
I
mate.
genuinely think it cinematically and visually, it's probably one of the best looking films ever. I think the story is great. I think if you don't see that first opening bit, yeah, you are going to be lost.
Yeah,
So
you
that's
don't know what the hell's
basically. I
going
was
on.
just a bit
'Cause it-
lost. I gathered parts.
I do think it's quite lazy actually.
Yeah.
That text on screen. I know they do. They have
Well,
to do it.
And there's also the original theatrical release
Yeah.
because there's like you saw all the different discs. There's a voiceover explaining it all.
Ah.
Harrison does a
All right.
Right.
and narration.
My name's Deckard.
Oh, really?
Oh, I don't like it. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, it's the only version.
Yeah.
I'm not really into it, and it kind of spoon feeds you like that.
I really like that final version.
Final Cut's sick.
Yeah, it's very good. Because I remember watching Blade Runner when I was about 11 or 12, and just going, "What is this shit?" Like, it just didn't really sit well. I thought it would look great, and I thought it was like some really good moments, but it didn't sit with me. And then every time I've seen it since, I've
why
liked it
is
more.
Han Solo in this slow film?
Yeah.
That's what I originally thought.
I really like that bit where he does that weird voice when he's Harrison Ford is
when he's
great.
trying to act posh and nice.
He's trying to, he's just a bit ditzy. Like, I think Harrison Ford in that's his best performance ever.
Oh, so good.
It's good.
Yeah, when he's there, goes into the stripper
Yeah.
bit. Little holes.
Yeah. He's really good. I just think, I think he's a more well-rounded character, Deckard. But then Indiana Jones is just great as well, isn't he? So,
Yeah, I think the world in itself was really good. Like, it was just mind-blowing how, like, I just, each scene looked like, especially for when it was made, it just looked so good. It looked cool.
because it's backlit and it's dark, that's why. Everything backlit looks cool. It's the best lighting for cinema.
But yeah, no, I struggled. I did pick up on basically the whole thing then. I picked up on the plot without really knowing it.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't know is I thought when they said something about Earth, I didn't know that the deviants come from Earth.
Replicants.
Sorry. We'll get to why I call it deviant in a second, if you don't already know. I thought all the humans went away on another planet,
they
and
sent
then
they sent the
stuck on Earth.
replicants out to be slave labor basically on other planets.
See, I was watching it and then I was like, oh, you know what this is like? All these like little robot, not real people. I was just thinking of Detroit the whole time.
Yeah.
So I basically just based it off that, and they were like little robot replicants that were going rogue. So I just thought he was killing them because of that.
Well, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You
that
kinda got
Detroit
it.
is definitely based off Blade Runner.
Detroit.
Detroit.
Oh,
becomes
Detroit. Yeah, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes. Detroit Becoming Human. What a great film. Well, game.
game. Yeah. That's what I was. Watching it, I was like, this is exactly like.
Pretty.
the game.
Yeah, it's pretty
The game
similar.
must be based off it.
Yeah. Need to spray these microphone covers with something that's starting to smell like breath. Smell it.
Coffee
breath.
and Coke.
Coffee, Coca-Cola, probably Simon's fags as well. 'Cause this is on it. Well, actually, this could have been on them, but yeah. If you come into Hellfire Creative to record a podcast, make sure that we that we've put new foams on. We will. We're going to put new foams on today.
100%, Yeah, absolutely. Ordered already.
What else have we been up to this week, Harrison? What have you done this week?
I shot a studio tour with Lily. That was fun. Been practicing on the camera, hands on with it. Shot a little short film on Monday. That was
Your
quite
dialogue
cool.
scene, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was fun.
There's some really nice backlighting in that as well.
And then shot a little studio tour on Tuesday.
Yeah. You're going to edit it today, right?
I've already started editing. Yeah. I think I might need to get a bit more B-roll of your.
I think there's B-roll. There's already stuff filmed that you can
Yeah.
use. There's loads of stuff around it, so I don't think you need to add a film anymore unless
Yeah.
it's like really specific. But yeah, I think you've done some good filming. What I'm going to set you a task now that we're going to do on Tuesday is to look on the YouTubes and find an effect or a technique that you want to try, and we're gonna try and do it. We're gonna do it here. So what we'll do is we'll film it. We'll make the effect, but you'll also make a behind the scenes / tutorial on how we do it.
Right.
So we'll all make it together.
Cool.
But your job is to make the YouTube episode that is behind the scenes, how we did it.
Yeah.
So filming an interview or a piece to camera with me or Baz, whoever does it, filming us doing it, filming over the shoulder, screen grabs and stuff. That's the plan. So
yeah, I've already got an idea of how I'll.
what are you gonna do?
make it. I think if we all put the camera, say if we was like to do something, for example, like, you know, when I done that thing and I was trying to do that thing on After Effects from my
Yeah.
body, say we was all doing something like that and we all wanted to do it and we haven't filming it on the camera,
Yeah.
I think I'll put another camera so I can film us all doing it and I
Yeah.
can talk over that and use that for B-roll or whatever and explain what we're doing, how we're doing it, and then I can screen record on that thing and show
Okay.
how it's edited.
So it's- Yeah, okay.
Make it like a little tutorial.
Cool. And then we'll find an effect. So have a look through YouTube. We'll find an effect that we're gonna make, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll film it.
Sweet.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Any other Hellfire news we want to talk about on the podcast before we?
News.
Anything we want to talk about?
We've got pre-production ramping up
Oh yeah,
on
for
our
the
short
run-
film.
for the runner. Yeah, I had a meeting with someone that was going to direct it because I'm not going to direct it, but I am actually going to have to direct it now.
Do you think?
Yeah, but that's fine. But I've had some advice, I got some extra feedback, so I've got to do another rewrite of the script. But other than that, yeah, it's all going to plan.
We're gonna go and do
Look
some
forward to it.
testing on
Thursday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, mate.
Tuesday.
Tuesday night.
Over there.
So if everyone comes in late Tuesday, we can do some filming. We'll go off and do some filming. But Tuesday we're going to start doing our effect as well. So that might tie in that you want to do it while we're out. You know, it might be a night shoot thing. You know, don't know. Have a think about what you want to make.
Have a think.
And then that will become a video on our YouTube. And we've got a new YouTube video came out this week as well about sound and the importance of good sound in video, because
Yeah, Blade Runner.
yeah,
Sort
Blade
of
Runner, your
sound
volume
effects.
sound effects too loud.
Sort them out.
Oh, that's a sound mix issue, right? Though, so you know, at least it wasn't bad sound; it was just too high.
At least you could hear all the audio.
Yeah, and there wasn't a hairdryer going off next to it. What it sounded like. Brilliant.
Sign us off.
Thank you everyone for watching. Come back next week for another episode of the Hellfire Creator Podcast. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed.
Yeah, and if you see him at the Roebuck, buy him a drink.
Buy 'em a
Buy me a
drink.
drink.
Nice one. Thank you.
Laters.